Thank you, Mr. Sugus, for being here today. So as we know, Mr. Sugus has over 4 million viewers on YouTube and also 50,000 students that he has been teaching. We would like to know more about his thoughts as an educator, a YouTuber, and a content creator himself. He is his own brand. So Mr. Sugus, I have some questions for you. The first question is, how do you choose the content you create for your audience, and what message or values do you aim to deliver or convey to your audience?
Hi, Colin. I hope you are doing great. Okay, content creation is the main thing. Okay, many people suffer doing content creation because it takes a lot of time, a lot of creativity is needed, and everybody else is your competitor. Okay, for people to click on your video, there must be something special. So after reading the book Purple Cow by Seth Godin, I have learned to make content which is unique in nature, which is unique, and you have to share. See, I like a teacher. I'm a private tutor. I want students to come and pay to me. Not I teach everything on YouTube, but I didn't think like that. I started sharing a lot of my techniques, real class teaching on YouTube. Many parents, teachers, and students do appreciate this. So for me, content must be special because every other people is your competitor, and everybody is going for the audience time. People don't have that much time. So much of things are available. So content creators has to be unique in whatever they want to create or do. Because I've been teaching for very long, for more than 3 decades, so I know students' problem, teachers' problem, and parents' problem. Okay, and one of the problem is our own mental block against Bahasa Melayu, especially the educated group. They think BM is not important, but they want their children to do medicine and work in Malaysia. If you want to become a professional and work in Malaysia, you must have BM SPM. But this they realize only later. They realize this later, then they come back and they take SPMU, SPM Ulangan. They also study with me and go through difficulty. Uh, Tony Buzan, the brain expert, says a human mind can learn 1 million languages. But we see we are struggling with 2, 3 languages. Something is wrong, okay? We are struggling. Why? Because of our own mental block. So parents start teaching that, BM is not important from very young age. No, every language is important. Every language is able to trigger certain areas of your brain. See, some people know 6 languages, 8 languages. In India, many people know like 12 languages. The country has about 19,000 languages and dialects. So normal people will know about 5, 6 languages. Okay, and every language, he says, is able to uh, trigger certain areas of the brain, which is good, which is good. Language learning is one of the most beautiful thing that made us human being. So parents shouldn't have this. So I make sure my content is consistently delivering this message that BM is not our enemy. We are Malaysians. Come on, it's our national language. We should be proud. Even the national language of Singapore is Malay. Okay, and they got no problem. They learn. You have seen that Singapore prime ministers all speak beautiful Malay. Okay, they are Singaporeans. Okay, they speak beautiful Malay. Okay, almost without mistakes in pronunciation and everything. Okay, so this is my message, and this is how I choose my content consistently. More than 500 videos, never said anything negative about anybody. I don't condemn the education system. I don't condemn the government. I don't condemn the parents, teachers, or anybody, because we have to keep the environment and ambience very positive for the kids. So that's my message.
Wow, thank you so much, Mr. Sugus. Very inspiring. I didn't know that a normal person can learn over 1 million languages. I think I need to, brush up my BM as well
Oh, you must,
after
you
your
must.
sharing.
Yes.
Yeah, so my next question, in your opinion, how can social media influencers affect the psychological development of their followers?
Okay, as Influencers, I think we have a very important role to play, especially in the current 21st century. In this digital and artificial intelligence era, we have a very big role to play. So we have to be responsible in what we are sharing. We have to do self-assessment, okay? Self-censorship, okay? We don't have to follow the masses who love to share negative things. Okay, so that's a lot of courage there to make sure that your content is positive. Let's talk more about positive things. There are so many positive things, so many good things. But if you go by the social media sharing, Malaysia is on fire every day. See, they create such a bad image. And this happens around the world. One video, just by watching one video, we decide about the whole country. That is not true. If you talk to people who live there, they say there's nothing wrong. Our life is on, no, normal, life is on. Okay. Jadi the content creators has to have this in mind, that their creation will affect people. Okay, everything will affect the headline on the newspaper on a daily basis affects you. Definitely, it will affect you. What goes into your brain will definitely affect you. Some people who reads the newspaper, the news they carry until evening. Whoever they meet, they will first of all comment about what they read in the morning. So it influences. What more the social media and the influencers, they will influence more. So what we say, what we do is important, and we have to keep that responsibility. Okay.
Thank you. Yes. Oh, very okay. Yeah, true, true. Because it will affect a person's emotion, like
Yes,
emotional part. So whether it's good or negative, yeah. So it's very important for social media influencers to be mindful, right, on the content that they share out. Yeah. Thank you so
exactly.
much, Mr. Sugus. My next question is, how do you perceive your role in the social development of your followers?
Okay, basically we have a connection. We know we have a connection. I have a connection with thousands of students, parents, and teachers. I know their problems. I don't want to be part of their problem, but rather want to be a part of the solution of the problem. So I share a lot of teaching techniques, especially teaching techniques, which make things easier for the teachers, for the parents, and even the students to understand, especially in the learning of Karangan. Many teachers actually follow my style and apply in school, which I'm very proud and happy. The teaching style, the unique techniques. You were my student, Colleen, you know. Okay, I don't teach like normal teachers. Okay, so we learn a lot of teaching techniques. So this has influenced them, but of course, I don't have a tangible assessment. Which I think your next question, I don't know, the assessment to tell you that this much it has changed, but I've consistently done it. So I know through the comments from parents and through the WhatsApp comments, total strangers will comment, will send messages after they get their SPM results. Okay. Total stranger parent will communicate and say, my child started learning BM after watching your video. That is the best that I've heard. Okay. So I'm slowly removing the mental blocks of the parents, students, and teachers, especially parents and students about BM, so that they have a more positive approach to the language, by which their life, their own personal life will be better, their career life will be better, they don't struggle later on. Because as long as we are in Malaysia, we have to be law abiding and do what need to be done. Okay. All right.
Thank you, Mr. Sugus. Yeah, exactly. Mr. Sugus' teaching is very unique because I was once his students. Every week he will give us a piece of paper and there's a lot of words, new words that we can learn. Like I think 10 or 30, is it? Like a list
10,
of
10, at least
10.
10, at least 10 per week.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like we learn new words every day, every week, and then we use the words and apply to our karangan or essay. And he will share a lot of idea how to use the words. Make us use our creative thinking, and yeah, that's why I like Mr. Sugu's class also. It's very interactive and engaging. So I think my next question is about the technique and strategy. I think it's one of the strategy, right? Like you make it very engaging
Yes.
to your audience, to your
Yeah.
students, I believe, during class, right?
Yes, yes. Engaging part is okay. So your content has to be unique. That's number one. Okay. Number two, unique in which way, in what way? So I always look for the vacuum. What is not there on the social media? What is not there? I try to fill up that areas. You can see many of my videos, like I speak on Tema Hari Kebangsaan. Okay, every year we have a new theme for our Malaysia Day and also National Day. So I explain about that. I tell students how to use it in Karangan, okay, and through which, so by explaining the thema, the theme of the National Day, I believe my real intention is to initiate and establish patriotism in students. Okay, you have a country, you have a beautiful country, you have to love it, you have to really I think this is missing even in school, you know. We have all kind of schools now, schools, I think schools and unity is difficult already. Okay, it's very difficult. I have a suggestion which I shared in one of my Facebook posting. Schools may not be able to be or any longer be the agent of unity. Maybe sports can. Okay, because schools we have all kind, international, you know, all kind of schools. Yeah, last time we have only standard uniforms. Now you see the uniforms. You go to Subang Jaya, how many schools, how many different uniforms. So unity we cannot bring. So we have to find other ways. So I make sure I take this Tema Hari Kebangsaan, particularly I think at least for the past 7 to 8 years, every Tema, the videos are there on YouTube. I explain the Tema and try to bring up the patriotism in people, especially the younger generation, which I get very good feedback. Even some parents have told me that you are playing the role of nation building. I think it's quite a too big a word, you know, too big to tell that a YouTube viewer can do it. But I feel happy and proud that parents can see the point that I'm trying to make. So content creation has to be unique and at the same time find a vacuum, you know, a vacuum. What others are not doing, you must do, and that thing must be important. That thing must be crucial to the development of the next generation.
I like your concept. Thank you, Mr. Sugus. Find a vacuum, like a
Yes,
niche, like something
yes,
that's niche
yes,
lah, right?
yes,
Like
yes,
Mr. Sugus, your concept is more like educating children, students, or your audience to be more patriotic, right? Because
yes,
you see this thing is lacking in the education system, I believe.
yes.
Everyone is aware of it as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but who is the one that is making the changes?
So
Right?
we all, I believe that we all can play our small roles, and
Yes,
influence has a large role to play actually.
correct. I agree with you, Mr. Sugus. Thank you so much for joining in our interview, and I'm glad that Mr. Sugus find some time to to make time for this interview. Thank you so much, Mr. Sugus.
Okay. Thank you. Good luck to you, Colin.
Thank you. Have a good evening.